I've been waiting 20 years for this game. If you're anything like me, you can easily remember the standout games of your childhood, the ones that would give you comfort or creative outlet or a kill count. Whatever your taste, you're probably thinking of one or two in particular right now. One of my favorites was released in 2005 and never got a sequel, although it did have an expansion pack. Developed by Lionhead Studios, co-founded by the legendary Peter Molyneux, I don't know many people that have heard of it, but it's called The Movies. Now, The Movies was unique for its time. It was a management game, sure, but it was the only one I knew of where you could run your own movie studio, complete with casting, production, shooting on set, and award shows. It was a wonderful experience for young Kush. In fact, one of the most satisfying aspects for me was the sound design. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. There have been very few games released since then which center around the same premise. And to be honest, none of them ever scratched that same itch. Until now. Last month, Hollywood Animal was released. Today, I'm going to show you why this game deserves the title of true spiritual successor to the movies. So without further ado, let's get into this thing. Hollywood Animal. I've played before, but I think we should do the introduction so that you guys can see the premise of the game and be introduced to it in the right way. This is set in the 1930s. It's at the start of the age of sound in cinema. So until this point, it had only ever been silent film. But now we're about to go into the era of the talkies. And we get to run a movie studio where we're going to have to balance a lot of things in order to stay afloat and in order to be successful, which I'm not going to go over all now. I think it's just going to be best if you start to see what this game is about, because I love this. So let's begin. New Year 1929. The hedonism of the 20s gives way to the Great Depression. The advent of talkies heralds the golden age of Hollywood, and life gives way to cinema. Film companies fiercely compete for market and influence. The strong devour the weak. You purchase a bankrupt studio to build a new business on its ruins. And here we are, at the gates of our new film studio. So first of all, we're of course gonna have the investment of Brendan Like and Corey Subscribe. They wanna work with me again, and we've managed to dial back the time machine even further than when we've been playing Golden Lap, which is a series, by the way, that if you haven't checked out yet, it's in the description and it's up in the cards at the top right, unless you're a TV viewer. So they're gonna come with me on this adventure, and it's only right then that we call this L&S Pictures, because it's Like and Subscribe Pictures. They're the investors. They're helping me live my dreams, you know, running a Formula One team, owning a movie studio. These guys are just bankrolling me to be a big child and go and do the things I want to do, and I love them for it. The question that we have though is, what do we use as our logo? That's hilarious. The raccoon is adorable. The rhino is badass. Snake is cool, but I feel like this would give off the wrong impression. If your logo is a snake, it just seems like you're gonna backstab people. We've got a couple more. I love this. This isn't a dodo. What is this? What actually is this bird? Because I think it's great either way. That's an adorable little bear. That could work. I kind of like this. It kind of looks like a red panda in a way. Like it would be a red panda if it had color to it. You know what I mean? So I love that. And then we're back to the beginning. I think we're going with the red panda. This is so cute. I love this. L&S Pictures is founded. Movies are not made by actors and directors. Your film studio also employs people who quietly keep the machine running behind the scenes. I'm going to currently leave these as they are. There may be a system that we have for the future for you guys being able to join my film studio. So I'll think about that for the future and how that's going to work, and I'll come back to you. But for now, our legal executive is Fred Lawson. Our public relations executive is Anne Rose. And our financial executive is Johnny Payne. That is a really interesting way to spell Johnny as well. I don't think I've ever seen Johnny spelt like that. If you guys know anybody that's called Johnny and it looks like that, let me know, because I've never seen that in my life. And then the first film. Along with the studio grounds, you also received the footage from an unfinished movie. Filming was completed, but it was never edited. You'll need to complete the picture. What is this movie? We've got an action adventure called Limpin' Luke. Looks like a Western, sounds like a Western. We have Blind Love, which is a romantic comedy. Or a comedic romance, I guess, because it's 70% romance. And then we have Messenger of Death, which is a detective thriller. If I'm going with me, my preferences for film and TV usually lie in sci-fi, dystopian mysteries and stuff like that. So while I do love a good rom-com, I feel like Messenger of Death is going to be the way to go here. 60% detective, 40% thriller, set in a modern American city, which obviously by these standards is 1930. So for us, it's an old American city. But for this film studio, it's modern, right? Because we're in 1930 or almost. Messenger of Death. So now we get a little introduction to how films work in this game, in a way, by telling us what the events, themes, and stars of this film are. One gloomy morning, 7 Quentin bounty prisoners stunned the guards, snuck into a warehouse, and escaped the prison hidden in a truck. Most of the fugitives were serving for theft and assault, but one of them was a true menace. Oh yeah, we can also zoom as well, so we can click like the mouse wheel and go, woohoo, woohoo! That's gonna make everybody sick. I'm not gonna do that again. We move on. So this is, you see, an event, right? Which is a prison break. The films that you have in this will consist of a cast, certain themes and events, as well as genres and a setting and all this kind of stuff. A lot of those things will play it up or down depending on suitability of the writers and director and cast and stuff like that as well, and the crew. The antagonist is a serial killer because each protagonist and antagonist and support and stuff also has a type of role. So the actor and actress's suitability for these roles and how they're viewed by the public in those roles is affected by how often they take on those kind of roles and a bunch of other stuff. The prisoner's name is Nick Crow, but the papers all call him the Courier. He brought flowers to young women and then killed them. After 5 murders, the police captured the Courier on a lucky break, but they were never able to determine his motives. The maniac's first victim was his own fiancée, but the choice of the rest of the girls seemed random. The very next day after the escape, the Courier had already returned to his old ways. Dressed like a messenger, he delivered flowers to young Rita Pearson, then stabbed her to death. Bill Zeman, Rita's fiancé, returned from work that evening to find his beloved dead upon the floor, as his own desperate screams echoed through the neighborhood. Nick Crow was played by Edward Peterson, and completely unbiased opinion based on my own facial hair. What a great choice of facial hair. Totally unbiased. I don't know what makes me think, but it's a great style, that. The whole mustache and soul patch. It's a wonderful combo. It really, really is. I don't think there's anything better, really. The protagonist is a detective. Bill had little faith in the local police, so he hired a private investigator, Harry Burroughs. Harry was a young man, but he had sharp wits and a keen mind, enough to solve dozens of difficult cases and even earn him the reputation of a genius. Rita and I had just got engaged, Bill Zeman offered helplessly as Harry examined the crime scene. The police had already taken away the body, but the bouquet of roses still remained on the living room floor. Compliments of the Courier. Harry Burroughs is played by Joe Duvall. That is the young detective, the whiz kid. You know, new to the force. He plays by the rules and some of the old hats might not like it. You know, the classic tropes. Which means, as you see here, the film is starting to build together. So we've got the genres, the setting, the protagonist, the antagonist, the theme. Yeah, you see, it's beautiful. The style as well is very like upmarket vintage. What would it be? It's glamour. It's nostalgic glamour, you know, which is just perfect. Supporting character, sidekick. Harry looked around the house and talked to the neighbors, but he couldn't catch a lead. He decided to contact Kathy Watts, a journalist who'd covered the Courier murders in detail. Kathy came right away, carrying a hefty file. She got right to the point. After the previous murders, I talked to Crow's friends and learned about a cheap old shack he'd acquired long ago. It's past the city limits, heading north. I told the police about the place when they arrested Crow 2 years ago, but they just brushed me off. They figured the case was already closed. That is, in fact, my best female voice. I am a voice actor that cannot do female voices. But the great Bessie Patterson was the one that played Kathy Watts. We get another theme, which is the search for a killer. So you see, it's all the themes and the tropes that come up throughout the film. Harry and Kathy hit the road, and soon enough, they found the right house. It was a broken down hut, obviously unsuitable to live in. But our heroes then saw a man in front of the house locking the door. As Harry's car approached, the stranger took off running towards the woods. Harry drew his gun and leapt from the car, but the man was already gone. We scared him off. Let's have a look inside. With that, Harry kicked the door down. I'm getting images of Super Hands from Peep Show. There's this scene from Peep Show where he can't get out of the bathroom and he starts getting really agitated about it and then just goes, "This is bullshit," and then kicks the door off its hinges.
Sorry lads, locked doors, little switch just flicks, you know.
It's just the way he just jumps straight from let's have a look inside to just pow. And you can see by the picture, he's kicked it with such force. The padlock is flying across the room. It feels very sudden to me and I love it. The shack was practically empty, but a carved wooden box drew Harry and Kathy's attention. Inside were 6 diamond rings. Trophies. Reader Peterson was recently engaged, and the courier was engaged to his first victim. What about the rest of the girls? Harry asked. Kathy flipped through the documents in her folder. Interesting. All the victims were soon getting married. Harry and Kathy trawled recent newspapers looking for engagement announcements. 2 couples surfaced, Rita and Bill, a tragedy already familiar to us, and also a certain Sandy Wick and her fiancé Tom. Harry and Kathy visited Sandy, who was happy to speak of yesterday's strange visitor. Yes, some messenger came with a bouquet of roses. No card, no note, just a bouquet. I decided it must be some kind of mistake and I didn't take the flowers. The messenger just apologized and left. So what does this mean for his motives? Well, Harry knew because Harry immediately had a plan. He and Kathy hired a photographer and posed as an engaged couple. They made sure to capture Harry's rented yellow brick house, the only one in the area. They advertised their engagement in the newspaper's morning edition and paid an extra $10 to have the photo printed beside the article. At noon the next day, there was a knock at the door. Kathy opened it and there stood Nick Crow, the courier, smiling nervously in the doorway with a bouquet of roses. This is from a secret admirer. Kathy feigned delight, took the bouquet and ran to put it in the vase, leaving the door wide open. The courier stepped into the house, pulled out his knife, raised it, and then felt a pistol at his temple. Harry's pistol. We then get to the finale. Each film has a finale. They won't all have these stories and pictures to them, by the way. This is just an introduction to how they work. You don't understand. 2 years ago, I was supposed to marry my dear Rachel, when suddenly she starts receiving anonymous bouquets. I became jealous, but she just laughed and accepted all the flowers, no matter how many or how secret they might be. 1 week later, and I caught her in some jerk's car. All these animals are the same. First they say it's only flowers, then they break your heart. They deserve to be punished. The courier won't be delivering any more flowers. This time, he was sentenced to the electric chair. Harry added another win to his list of cases, and Kathy wrote a book about the courier. She called it Messenger of Death. We said the name of the thing in the thing. Roll credits. Commercial appeal is what the general audience, people like you and I, would think of this film. And then the other one is critics. The artistic appeal. This is only for the screenplay, by the way, as it says here. So as we go through actually shooting and then post-production, these ratings may go up or down based on how much talent we manage to put into it. Oh, and I think this is exactly what it's going to say down here, actually. A film's commercial and artistic appeal may change after each stage of development. The film Messenger of Death received these ratings after work on the script was completed. The screenwriter Maurice Fox loves to write detective stories. Thanks to his experience and talent, the investigation turned out to be suspenseful and intriguing. The story's elements came together to form a coherent whole. The abilities here as well, you've got like your loyalty, so how loyal they are to you, their morale or happiness, and then I guess their ability out of 10 in terms of stars. You may have noticed that not only in Golden Lap does someone die in the very first episode, but it's also in Hollywood Animal. Joe Duvall here has perished, unfortunately, and I'm just starting to think I might be a curse on video game characters. After pre-production, the film's ratings rose even higher. Casting famous actors is the surest way to boost commercial and artistic appeal, but other factors also influence the ratings, including quality scenery and modern equipment. After the production phase, the film's commercial appeal declined. The lead actor became seriously ill, he couldn't fight, and looked too thin. However, the film's artistic appeal grew. Joe Duvall tried to make up for his lack of physique with the subtlety of his acting. Production problems were reflected in the lengthened schedule. Unfortunately, the actor passed away after finishing work on the film. I mean, silver lining, he completed his work on the film. Right? If there's anything to take out of today, anything, it's that. So we had, Joe Duvall, Edward Peterson, and Bessie Patterson all played in this film. The producer was Dewey Sanders, director Herman Watson, cinematographer Homer Warren. The studio spent almost $500,000 on the picture, which back in those days would have been huge, right? Let me ask ChatGPT real quick, hold on. How much would $431,000 in 1930 be worth today? Between 1930 and 2025, US prices have risen roughly 1,802%. Oh my God, I hate looking at it like that. Meaning today's prices are about 19.02 times higher, or 19 times as much. It wouldn't be 19 times higher, because that would be 19 times this added on. Oh well. Official Data Foundation calculates that $430,000 in 1930 would be the same as $8 million today. Juno was 6.5 million. That's pretty close. So we've basically made Juno. Messenger of Death is a subtle psychological thriller with a dark atmosphere and engaging dialogue. The film's audience are adult men and women, so this is the important part. Adult men and women, people who enjoy a serious tone and an intricate plot. Kind of like my audience, I would hope. And now we're here at our very own film studio. Time to send the footage of post-production to complete the film. Hell yeah. All right, Messenger of Death, post-production time. Okay, assign employees to handle editing and scoring. At present, the studio's personnel are not the most qualified, but over time, their skills will grow. So we need to assign an editor. We can either assign Emma Berry or Oliver Grant. Now, as with Golden Lap, everybody in here will also have traits. Here, Oliver Grant is an alcoholic. He's not also as good an editor as Emma Berry, so we're going to put Emma Berry on it. And then composer... What? Okay, Lee Woods, I guess. Jesus. Oh no. Okay, he needs to get fired. We'll deal with that soon enough. We also need to decide who will develop the film and record the music and sound effects. Outside contractors are always ready to help with this. Film development. So we can give it to either one of these guys. I think we owe it to Joe Duvall, rest in peace, to give it as much budget as we can, right? So we're going to use the Web Cine Company. For music recording, we're going to give it to the Hollywood Concert Hall. And then for sound recording, it's going to Sound Magicians. We're going to make some magic. Hell yeah. All right, start post-production. 37 days, $36,000 cost. You've planned out post-production, but until you assign a department head, you won't be able to get things moving. So we need to assign a department head, and then we need to hire new employees, like an executive to head the HR department. Wait, don't we have an executive to head the HR department? Oh no, that was PR, not HR. Okay, so our HR exec is going to be one of these three people. Now, there are two things that I consider most when hiring people in this game. Number one, I want to break the mold of the 1930s and be progressive, so we don't want any misogynists, racists. Generally, we just don't want bad people. Criteria number two is I like them to be loyal to me. I don't want them to suddenly stab me in the back, especially because in the 1930s, a progressive film studio would probably be an issue for a lot of the big names. So I want people that are going to be loyal to me. Now that's between these two guys right here. They've only been working in the industry for a year, which means they will speed up upgrades by 1%. I assume he would be 2, yeah. So the contract term is it 455 for 3 years or 3,580? Now this guy's only 1 year older and he's slightly less loyal, but it's so much less money. Like I don't see why he would be so much better to warrant that paycheck. I'm sorry, Carmen. Abram Goldberg, welcome in. welcome to the studio. Now we have other missing department heads. Head of post-production. None of the heads will actually have traits, so none of them actually will be racist or anything like that, which is good. Loyalty, it's looking like Forrest Ray. He's the only one that's going to be super loyal, and so we're going to go with Forrest Ray. Post-production has now begun, and we can see how far along the project is and how quickly it's progressing. By the way, the bottom timeline is wonderful. This is the pre-production phase, this is the shooting phase, this is post-production, and then it will go into theaters after that. While that's being post-produced, and we can look at our film studio for ants, look at all these people. The art style is beautiful. It's another one of those like low saturation efforts, like with Golden Lap, and I just love that kind of minimalist but beautiful art style. Head of distribution will be next, so let's hire one, because we're gonna need to distribute our film when it's ready. These guys are all loyal, and we love to see it. So I guess we'll just pick someone that's level 2, just so that we have some experience here. And, oh yeah, these upgrade bonuses I hadn't mentioned yet. If they have this icon here and a percentage next to it, then it means when we upgrade things in their building or in their department, we can pay to get them sped up. And the same for influence points if they have it here. So for example, for this guy, influence points, for this guy, money. I think we're going to go with money for now, because I think I want to keep my influence for inter-studio and interpersonal affairs. So we're going to go with this guy right here, Bert Schultz. Welcome as head of distribution at L&S Pictures. Head of department for maintenance. Enrique Morris, Jasper Stevens, Louis Steele. I mean, none of them are particularly loyal except Enrique, although Jasper isn't that much less loyal. But I want it all green for now. So Enrique Morris, welcome, head of maintenance. Congratulations. Next up, we've got to build a script department, because it's all well and good to be putting out a movie that was made for us, but it's time we made our own. This is going to cost us somewhere between $160,000 and $535,000. Whoever's in charge on my team of going out and getting these quotes, can we fire them? That's like when you get a contractor to come around to your house and fix something, and they're like, yeah, we'll be there at some point between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. all of November. Just wait for us. And you're like, what? We'll put it here, because I want to try and keep as much open space as possible. We can choose how much we want to spend on this stuff, and that's why there was a wide quote margin, which is totally fair. It will take longer for these guys to do it, but they'll do it with 100% condition, and we won't. So the condition of the building will be good. I want a quality job done, I'm not going to lie, so we're going to do that. It's going to take 72 days. Let's release Messenger of Death. Right on time. So that costs another $36,000, which will, okay. Audience and critics alike were not a fan of the post-production. They dropped a bit, but don't be upset, you did everything you could. Your studio still has low-level employees in technology. You hear that, employees in technology? You're all low-level. You're all low-lives. So when you make a film, all the people involved will get experience points, which eventually will level them up. So Lee Woods here is 2.9. When he levels up, I think he'll become 3. I think it goes up by 0.1 at a time. In fact, though, I'm not sure he can, because you see here, there's a little open bit of a white star and then the rest are gray. I think that white star is their potential, but don't quote me on that right now. We get to then pick a poster for what we want it to look like. So what was it? I mean, I don't think there was much barbed wire involved. This could be a good one. Although, you see the bloody handprint as well. You see the barbed wire again. We're going to go with the middle one. I get it was because of the prison, but it was such a minor point, I think. And then we get to release our film and we get to choose the schedule usually. For this one, it was already sorted. This is all the films being shown across America for the foreseeable future. There are 4 of them total. I don't know how accurate that is for back in the day. I can't imagine there would have only been 4 films at once showing ever. Maybe out of the talkies though. Maybe that is true. The studio's previous owners already chose a release date for this film. You'll choose a release date yourself for the next film. Yeah, we will. You don't just own a studio, but a whole network of 91 cinemas. Oh, we're scaling up. We've got an empire growing. Let's go. You can run your films in your cinemas for free, but that's not going to be enough to reach a wide audience. You'll have to rent other theaters if you want solid box office receipts. So, the studio's previous owners already arranged this and paid the film's rental costs. In the first week, the film is scheduled to be shown 7,185 times. Some 3,185 of these will take place in your cinemas, which is where it says our right there, leaving 4,000 screenings across other cinemas. Next time you'll have to plan for this and pay the rental costs yourself. That's fine. We're okay with this. The screenings and rentals are scheduled out 4 weeks from release. Once they expire, you can extend your rentals if you think the film shops can still make a profit. We probably will do that at some point as well, but it will depend on the performance. They'll start printing the film for tomorrow and will be finished and ready for distribution in 5 weeks. Distribution goes out all at once when they finish printing. Printing speeds and costs vary by contractor. The studio's previous owners already paid to have this film printed. It's so good of them. So it's been arranged. And now we have to do advertising. A film typically begins promotions a few weeks before the premiere, so the advertising has time to gain momentum. The studio's previous owners already arranged the advertising campaign. They did a lot. You know what? They were good at their jobs. I'm just realizing they ran this studio efficiently. They pre-planned everything. All I have to do is turn up for work and say yes. Right now, running a studio is easy. Your film is being promoted by an advertising agency. It's time to tell them the audience they should target. Well, if you remember, it was for adults. It was for men and women. The studio's previous owners already paid the agency for the promotion of 3 films. Okay, so we actually get 3 advertising campaigns. We get this film and then 2 more. This one is going to be for adults. Again, same as my audience, I'd hope. Hell yeah. Audiences will soon be watching your first film. And just like that, we are movie makers. We are movie makers. It's out there right now. 45 days until release. They're printing the copies of the film and all this kind of stuff. And then Bert Schultz, our head of distribution, comes to us. I can't do different voices for everyone. I'm just going to read it in my own voice. I did the intro in voices, but I don't have the repertoire to do as many voices differently as we're going to encounter in this game. You ask me, Messenger of Death is a surefire hit. A farewell film by a young star. The story has a soul and it will all go to waste unless it's released at the right moment. The studio's former owners were mindful of these things. They scheduled production carefully and chose a good window for releasing the film, right when the public would be hungry and there was practically no competition. But when the old studio closed its doors, those parasites from Margarine? From Margine's Pictures decided Messenger of Death would never see the light of day. I don't know who was pulling the strings, but they convinced all the theater owners to give them our slots. The film the Margarines are releasing instead doesn't even have a title yet. But you know what kind of slop they serve the audience. Probably something like Yesterday's Fart or Wet Armpits. Oh, they sound terrible. This is not the way to butter up the audience. The truth is on our side. We have all the documents, but a court battle could be long and pointless. We'll miss the moment and no compensation will cover that. Instead, I suggest we use all our connections, all our influence, and remind the theater owners that our agreements have to be honored. Yes, let's do that. Agreed. Let's let them know that a deal is a deal and get our slots back. This introduces influence points, which is how we advance our interest and solve problems in various and often unconventional ways. It's what you'd expect influence to be, right? It's clout, essentially, in the modern day. Things are just kind of ticking along while we wait for our script department to be built until Johnny Payne, our finance exec, comes to us and says that he got divorced a couple years ago. I figured I was out of chances until I met Gilda. We spent all our time together. We can't get enough of each other. It's always like that at the beginning, but we've been together a year now. We're like a drug to each other. I feel guilty even mentioning it, but when Gilda visits me at work, I absolutely cannot concentrate. She enraptures me. Yesterday I made a mistake on the paperwork that could have cost the studio a lot of money. Stop thinking with your Johnson, Johnny. Please do me a favor, help me fight this addiction. Let's introduce some kind of access control so Gilda can't just walk into my office. Yes, my heart will be broken like any drug addict, but I hate to hurt your business and ruin my career. You know what? Yeah, if you want it, we'll do that. Sure. I mean, get your end away, mate, but don't do it on company time, okay? We got films to make. Enrique, how's it going, dude? How's the maintenance department? Construction of the script department is going according to plan so far, but there is a small snag. According to the architect's vision, a large red leaf maple should be the central decorative element. The contractors found a suitable tree in a reserve on the border between Ontario and Minnesota, and already agreed on a price and transportation. But the inspector who issues the permit is playing coy. He says he can't say how long the paperwork will take, maybe a week, maybe a month or 2. You know as well as I do, sometimes you need to grease the gears. $200 cash and the tree will be on the road to California tonight. I don't want all our plans disrupted because of some petty bureaucrat. What do you think? Yeah, let's hope he chokes on his table scraps. Yeah, shove the dollar bills down his throat. Ugh. When an issue needs to be resolved quickly and discreetly, the funds in the studio's bank account can be useless. When the situation gets tricky, cash is king. And so this is just how much cash I have on me, which is wild because it's not just like a personal fund. It actually says cash. It's just $6,000 in bills. Who walks around, even in 1930, with $6,500 in their pocket? The premiere of Messenger of Death is coming. Oh, we've got to add a tagline. I'm going to be bad at taglines, all right? It takes me a long time to come up with my YouTube titles, so don't expect good taglines while we're playing this, okay? It's all about fiancés. Don't say, I do. L&S Pictures production. I don't like that. You could have just said L&S Pictures. Like and subscribe Pictures. Like and subscribe Pictures production is too long. It's too long. What is this? This is... Okay, there is a... It is worth mentioning the game is still in early access. We'll ignore the I button. The Kino Mark, let me know in the comments. I don't know how it's pronounced. I'm going to say Kino. The Kino Mark rating system measures audience reviews on the day of the premiere. If you're sure you released a quality film, but people aren't appreciating it, then you may have lured the wrong audience to the theaters. Well, we got an A+, so we did it all correctly. Except the reviewers hated it. The Bone Grinder, an anonymous, or he doesn't even put his name on it. This is like some internet commenter that comes onto your post or your video or into your stream and just like starts slagging you off, but without the guts to actually put their name behind it. Our time is precious, and wasting it on such a flaccid spectacle is hardly short of criminal. Flaccid spectacle. I gotta give it to him, he's clearly an author. We'd rather have spent our time sleeping or mowing the lawn or catching flies. We can only hope this travesty was an incompetent oversight and not, as it seems, the deliberate sabotage of an entire art form. Listen, I thought it was good, all right? The bit where Harry kicks the door in, edge of your seat stuff. Roy Cox from Fun Times liked it. You can watch it, but you're better off figuring out something more interesting to do. How is that a 4-star review? Roy, please. You're giving me mixed signals here, okay? I don't know whether to read Fun Time magazine because I'm gonna have a fun time, or burn it on a pyre because you're being a dick. I'm gonna be honest. Jeanette Foley of Southern Night says no girl or woman should ever have to watch this. 3 stars. I feel like you're being generous with your star ratings, but that's fine. Earl McKinney of Thrilling Crimes will have something better to say. One of the best movies of the detective genre. You're damn right, Earl. You're damn right. That's why Thrilling Crimes is my favorite publication. Cornelia Schroeder at Exquisite Cinematique says a worthy effort, but we're not moved to applaud, alas. You gave it 5 stars. Okay, no, it's fine. We're going to move on. I'm just going to read only Thrilling Crimes from now on. It's the only publication that's worth a damn that knows what they're doing in this industry. All right, a bunch of experience for everybody. We love to see that. $26,900. We're almost up to $500,000. Expensive industry. And also our script department has finished constructing as well. That's awesome. All right, head of the script department. Again, loyalty. It's going to be one of these guys. This guy has the ability to upgrade with bonuses. He is 3 times as costly, but he's also a higher level. We're gonna do it. Peter Watkins, head of the script department. Welcome. Our favorite genres. Oh, what are we specializing in? Well, I mean, Thrilling Crimes was our favorite publication, right? So I guess more detective thrillers. Oh, I'd also kind of like adventure or maybe some romance. I feel like we're gonna need some variety, right? So we don't just bore the audiences. So detective is quite thinky. Thriller is quite actiony. So we need something a bit more like chilled out, which is either adventure or romance. Let's try romance. Let's do some romance or comedy. A detective comedy? A buddy cop drama? Yeah, we're doing that. Detective comedy. I want to make a buddy cop drama. And we've got 3 screenwriters. Bernard Larson, Felix Hill, and Walter West. Walter West is a great name. It reminds me of Walter White from Breaking Bad. To begin work on a new script, select the script department building. Peter Watkins, there he is, head of the script department. The department worked up several ideas for the first script. Good on you, department. We've got a couple of ideas here. Oh, okay, click right. Wait, what do our people specialize in though? Wait, no, I want to know what they specialize in. I don't think we specialized in either of action, but you know, the last one was set in a modern American city, so let's do a Wild West for the working man, shall we? Okay, this guy's already a racist. Why is he so happy about it? I swear to God. Felix Hill is a gambler, and then Walter West is lazy. Who the hell hired these people? Did we just go to a local bar, pick up some drunks, and just say, hey, you're screenwriters now? Is that what we did? We're setting a really low bar here. Come on, what are we doing out here? Continuing to develop your film studio is key to your success. Pick an upgrade for the department. Okay. Is there a better scriptwriters upgrade? Some improvements take a while. Department heads will in time learn to speed up the process, so it's wise to hold on to your experienced employees. I'm not keeping hold of any of the script writing employees we've got right now. I'm gonna spend 100K to speed this up by 10% as well, to get a story workshop building. I wanna hire more screenwriters. Okay, so these guys are all hired by GB. These guys are hired by Evergreen Movies. They're all hired. All right, here we go. Oh God. Immediately the syringe. Addict, yep, thought so. Undisciplined, melancholic and lazy. It is not a good thing to be a screenwriter in 1929, is it? Holy hell. Undisciplined, arrogant, diligent. Okay, you know what? I know his loyalty is not the best, but he could be a viable option here. Also, Leopold Taub, what a great name. They're all pretty bad, unfortunately. I mean, undisciplined isn't the worst thing, but also he can't do action. We weren't going to do action anyway. He's quite cheap. I'd say we maybe hire this guy for now, even though he's late and he's undisciplined. Maybe we hire him for now and then just see if he's going to help things along. Gonna hire him. Look at this guy, 93 loyalty. Has trouble keeping his heightened sex drive under control. Wilfred! Meanwhile, Billy Stern is the complete opposite. You know what? Maybe we need you. Also, you'll be good for drama, but we're not doing dramas. It's time to go to Leopold Taub, I think. I want Leopold Taub on board. Studio employees. Right, where is it? Screenwriters. Let's get rid of the racist, first of all. Thank you. Goodbye. Wait, how do we fire them? Oh, maybe it's because we're still in the tutorial. I don't want a racist just writing weird shit into our films. So one of our new guys can deal with it. Earl Wagner, you can do this one. Wait, no, you're terrible at act. Oh, no. He's actually bad at action, and the one I gave him was an action film. Other action film can be written by Leopold Taub. Congratulations. And then we have a comedy. Who's good at comedy? There was someone, wasn't there? Yeah. Oh, it's oh, no. It's Chuckles McWhitehood. I don't think we're gonna. No, I don't think we're gonna do that one. We will write the film. We will write the theme tune and sing the theme tune, but it's gonna be someone else that does it. We're gonna maybe just get Felix on this one. Felix, go for it, bud. I need to find out how to fire a screenwriter because currently we're paying him to do nothing, which is almost worse than paying him to work on films. I'm gonna need to figure out how to fire him. Also, the headquarters, we can add upgrades to our execs or to our departments. HR department, we have services, which is the services department where we can offer employee gifts, services, and entertainment. That's pretty cool. Or ethnic composition, maintain the ethnic composition of the studio staff. Now, I always think maintaining a composition is a bit weird. I think equal opportunity is the right way to go versus equal distribution. But in the 1930s, I think they benefit from having ethnic composition versus nothing at all. So we're going to do that. PR department, either charity, donate to charity to earn rep points, or double reputation for profitable films. For now, we need to make profitable films. We will give to charity, but right now, I don't think we're big enough for that. Financial department, $1 million loan. I mean, we've got 6.4 mil. I don't think we need a loan right now. Mid-level legal protection is going to be very useful. We're definitely going to do that because I'm sure there's a load of backstabbing and legal things in the 1930s Hollywood. Water tower will be that we can supply our own water. Power plant is supplying our own power. And then medium landscaping is a reasonable amount of landscaping for the studio grounds. What's an unreasonable amount of landscaping? What's costing us the most? Currently it's 60 electricity and 35 water. So I think the best thing we can do is make a power plant. It's gonna take 3 years. 1,000 days, let's go. We can upgrade the distribution department as well. Ooh, there's a good amount of talent trees and skill trees here. What's this? Why is this locked? Now I'm really curious. Marketing and outreach. Opens the marketing and outreach building. That checks out, yeah. Theater management is the theater management building for buying and selling cinemas. Analytics and statistics. I do like myself a good spreadsheet where you gather information about a film's target audience and organize its advertising campaign. That could be really key. Printing office where you can print duplicates of your films in 5 weeks. I think analytics and statistics is honestly going to be the way to go here. Theater management would be the quickest other than You know what? Actually, for a quick win, we're going to do marketing and outreach. Then we're going to go to analytics and statistics, I think. And then the post-production department, what upgrade do we want here? There's film lab, professional post-production facilities, a sound studio, a concert hall. What is this? Ah, this is an early access lock, unfortunately. Okay, so we're going in one of these directions. Either a sound studio, a film lab, or a concert hall. I think for now, a sound studio would be good, just so we can actually record sound. That I think would be really good. I mean, all the talkies are going to need that, right? All right, how's Messenger? I was just going to say, how's Messenger of Death doing? The first 4 weeks were successful. The film is still making a lot more money at the box office than we're paying in rental fees. We'll make a lot more if we extend our original distribution plan. Click extend distribution. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Look at that. We were #1 in the charts for 2 weeks, and then we were #2. The attendance is going down, and the gross is going down. And so you see here, it's going down by like, this was like 80,000. This was 70,000. This was 70,000. So you can predict over 4 more weeks, it's going to lose about 280,000, which would still leave us 150K, which is more than the rent. So it's worth extending. Yeah, it's made a total of 2.1 million. You see, we didn't need that loan. Now we need to build a production department and a pre-production department. You know what? We should probably build pre-production first. I think that probably makes the most sense. Let's pop it in the corner of the lot over here. Once again, going to use the big money dollars that we've been making. And then we also want to build a production department as well, which we can fit kind of down here. And then that's our whole production chain just right here in this little area here. Once again, not want it in a good condition. I'm willing to put the money in early into this because these are going to be one-time fees as far as I can see. 20 odd days until the first script. And I tell you what, I'm manifesting things into existence here. And then the script department itself now has the story workshop building. So we can now develop new story elements. We can do sequels. Oh, maybe we just reboot everything. Just everything gets a sequel, you know? Freelance writer's office. I don't even know what that is. Additional 25% experience when the film is released. Ooh, could be good for long-term investment there. Rolling edits. The screenwriter can correct problems in the script during filming if necessary. Yes. Yes, that'll hopefully make us less prone to problems. I'm totally about that. Yes, thank you. Are there any more ideas? We have one more idea, and it's a romance, which we're supposed to be pretty good at. Except none of our writers are, and they're all busy. Oh no, Walter West. Walter West can get on it. Go for it, Walter. He is lazy, but we're going to see how he does with a romance. A Sunday afternoon romance, you know? So now we get to build the upgraded building that we just upgraded for the building.
Let's add that to the walls of wisdom.
We can't rotate it, but I love that you can just decide where to place it. I think we're going to put it fairly close to where the actual building is because a story workshop might need to go back and forth between them and the script writing department. Once again, we want the most expensive one because we want it to look good and be good. And it's just going to be right across the road now, you know? So that is good. 2 weeks until A Cloudy Eye is written. Messenger of Death has gone on for another 4 weeks. And as you can see here, it's losing 10%, 11% all the time. This lost about 70,000 again. So if we went for 4 more weeks, you know, by the time we hit 1 week in, we're no longer making a profit. We'll make a profit in the first week. Or actually, no, the gross would be 70K less next week, which would be 79-ish. So we'd maybe make 9 grand, but then over the next 3 weeks, we'd lose 70 grand. So it's not going to be worth extending. We're going to end the distribution. Messenger of Death pulled off almost $3.2 million at the box office. Made us a quarter of $10 million. Don't know why I said it like that, but it did. So we archive Messenger of Death, and now we look forward to the future of Like and Subscribe Pictures, where we will be making our own films. Fred, how you doing, mate? Come on in. I was poring over the pile of documents we inherited and came across something rather interesting. Turns out the previous studio promised the late Joe Duvall 25% of the box office for the film Messenger of Death. It seems this condition was added at the last minute. Oh, that's a bit, ooh. It was introduced as an amendment to the main contract just a few days before Duvall's death? No one even warned us about it. Apparently the Duvall family doesn't even know about it. Okay, and what difference should it make to them? Over his 5-year career, the guy starred in 8 hits. His inheritance should be enough for several generations. The only people enjoying Duvall's money are his drunk father and 2 aunts. The box office take has been substantial. The percentage we owe him is $800,000. Should we contact his relatives and tell him they can start looking for another beachfront villa? I mean, clearly he wanted to look after his family after his death, right? And even if it was just added just days before his death, the previous owners were clearly okay with it. Although they probably knew it would be us that would have to deal with it. But I mean, a deal's a deal, right? It's like when people complain about problems in their contracts or problem in terms and conditions. Like, you've got to read what you sign. If you don't, it's 100% on you. So maybe his father will drink all the money away in a week. We still have to pay. We do have to pay him. We're a studio about doing the right thing. Roy Spencer, producer. I borrowed a little money for some people. They seem like good guys. They had honest eyes. Okay. I'm a great judge of people. Well, no, I'm sorry. I kind of let you get away with honest eyes. You're not a great judge of people, clearly. Now some annoying jerk is following me around everywhere, demanding I pay off the debt. I'd return the whole amount today, but I need a little time to recoup. You know what they say? You might be strong, but the cards are always stronger. That's all nonsense, by the way. I'll show the cards who's boss. Yeah, he's a gambler. So can you let me go for a couple of months? Roy, you're married with a kid as well. He's free. He's got 3 years left on his contract. You know what? Yeah, go on. We don't want someone coming around trashing the place anyway. Yeah, you can go off for a couple of months. Just don't bring more problems back to us, okay? Jeez. Ooh, we have a couple more things we can build. Security. Yes, we're going to build security department, which would probably fit best at the entrance, but we'll do it here, I guess. $500,000. I'm worried now about money again because we had to pay Joe Duvall's family nearly $1 million. Next up, producers' offices and engineering. Let's go producers' offices first. We're just going to get everything created that we need to create. All right, producers' offices should probably go near like the production department, right? That would make the most sense. I'm just going to not look as I pick the most expensive contractor for everything. It'll be fine. We're going to make good movies. The movies will save us. I don't even know what the engineers are going to do, so we'll just kind of let them chill in the corner. Sorry, engineers. I just don't know what you're actually going to do. So I'm just going to leave you out there. And then, yeah, there's a big old road coming down there. Beautiful. A lot of stuff happening. Oh, we've got a new script, Cloudy Eye. It is rated a whopping 1.7 out of 10 by audiences and 1.2 out of 10 by critics. The focus groups have been incredible.
The results have been incredible.
That was Leopold Taub as well. Oh, Leopold. This was your chance, dude. We're going to shelve it for now because we don't have a pre-production department. Maybe you can get working on another idea. Keep getting yourself some experience. Oh, you're actually good at historical. All right, yes, let's go. So this is, by the way, yeah, like favorite genres and least favorite genres will improve or reduce their performance on the script, I believe. So it'd be better if he does a historical piece. Handpick actors and directors, select seats and tech and more in the pre-production department. Let's go. All right, okay, head of pre-production. Wait, hold on. How is he so cheap for a level 3? Am I missing something here? I mean, he's 50, but we can raise that loyalty. That's fine. All right, actors that remained at the studio after it changed ownership. Jane Fisher, Sarah Frid, and Russell Simmons. Love the facial hair, Russell Simmons. And he just casually wears a sailor hat. It's incredible. These actors remained at the studio after it changed ownership. What are their names? Gabriel Ratovsky? Gabriel Ratovsky. He's just... This guy is 1930s villain. Like, look at the pencil mustache. He right there is going to be our villain in all the films we make. Peter Harris and David Gutman. The directors, Anthony Campbell and Lewis Matthews. What's with the angle, Lewis Matthews? Well, it might have been Louis instead of Lewis. Technical support would be good. Sets and props would also be good. Scouting office. No, we're going to do casting office first because then we can hire new people. We're going to speed this up as well. Oh my God, wait, that's like all the influence. We're not going to speed it up. Pre-production is on the go. Oh, Lydia Globe. Welcome in, Lydia. The legendary Lydia Globe, no less, is back in the saddle. The legendary Lydia Globe is back in the saddle. Nearly. Yeah, honey, I know you expected me to start a new film right away, but getting used to talking is taking longer than I expected. That's a hell of a sentence to read. Getting used to talking is taking longer than I expected. Okay. You got to understand that a bird that's used to flying in the clouds can't just dive down to the bottom of the ocean without a little preparation first. Why do I sound like one of the Canadians from South Park? I'm doing speech exercises with masters of the stage, stretching out my vocal cords, drinking egg cocktails, getting that velvety voice in the morning. You can already notice a difference. That's right, honey. So please, I'm begging you. I mean really begging you. Give me 3 more months to get ready for my first talking role. You'll see your patience will pay off. Perfectionist. All right, no, if you're a perfectionist, you will actually be trying to get this right, I think. I can give you 3 more months, yeah. You better come back like Eric Bischoff, better than ever. I'm back. I'm better than ever. Furry pause. We're making a furry film. Our furry film is doing better than the one that we wrote before. 2.3 for the audience, 2.1 for the critics. I think we're just going to have to release some bad films early on. I don't think we're going to have good films straight off the bat, which makes sense. Set in a fantasy kingdom. A cop versus a tribal chief. A cop in a fantasy kingdom. Shootout, winning the beloved. Antagonist repents. We love a happy ending. We do. Oh, here they go. They're getting down to work now. Okay, so time to make the film. These are the places where the events of the film take place. The characters spend most of their time in the locations highlighted in gold, so most of the filming will take place there. Only minor scenes will be filmed at secondary locations. Decide which scenes should be shot on a soundstage and which would be on location. On a soundstage, location quality involves the filming equipment, scenery, and design. Outdoors, the emphasis is on beauty and authenticity of the natural scenes. Effects versus natural beauty. If you plan to film some of the film scenes at a soundstage, select which stage you would want to use. Okay, we don't have one yet, I don't think. You can always change your mind about this project and cancel it. The script will be shelved until a more opportune moment arises. Good. All right, our cinematographer. It's either a drug addict or calm. All right, we're going to do calm. I think that's the way to go. We don't have a soundstage. Castle and surroundings, that has to be on location. Wait, we don't have a soundstage yet anyway. They're all on location. We can't go any more than 1 star though of the locations. Total filming time is the sum of all the filming days at each location plus all the Saturdays and Sundays in between. Oh, because they don't work weekends. Yeah, it's interesting. Okay. 23 days to film the fairy tale town streets as well. Okay, filming technology, we've only got the Dupler. Sound technology, we've only got the Sonotone. We're gonna pump it full of extras and we're gonna pump it full of crew as well. We wanna try and buff this film as much as we can. Producers, we only have 1 producer. Vincent Rooks. Not very loyal, but very good at what he does. So we're going to put him in there. Congratulations, Vincent, on your first role under the new studio. The director. What? Oh, none of them have like genres or themes they particularly like or don't like. Anthony Campbell is disciplined. We're going to use Anthony Campbell. For the cop. If you recently performed in a genre a lot, the audience, I believe, can get bored of it. So we don't want someone who was a cop recently. This guy is clearly our antagonist right here. Like he's our bad guy, and he's got to be, right? I guess Peter Harris is the cop. He's played a sheriff before, which is slightly different. So there you go. And then the tribal chief could be Gabriel Rotowski. So here is our film. It's going to be produced between the 11th of June and the 1st of November, 1929. This is going to be a pre-Christmas release, or just after Christmas by the time we've got all the films printed and stuff. Shot on location at 6 different locations. Up to 50 extras. Poor costumes and props, unfortunately, but a lot of crew. It's an active detective romance historical comedy. That is a lot of genres. Is this just going to be a melting pot of different things? Is it going to be one of those films that doesn't quite know what it is? Set in a fantasy kingdom. Maybe it's a multiverse thing. Maybe they go through a portal from their fantasy kingdom, get thrown into like an action scene, and then it's kind of like the multiverse episode of Family Guy, but essentially it's going to be like 5 acts to the film, right? Or the overall thing is comedy, and maybe there's an overall arcing romance, and so the film is split into 3. There's like an action section, a detective section, and a historical section. And then at the end, the tribal chief atones because they repent right here. There's a shootout and there's winning the beloved as well. To begin the pre-production process, you'll first need to officially stamp and approve your plans. So this is where we put our stamp of approval on it. Look at that. Oh, look at the cute little bears on it as well. All right. Bam! Look at that. I nailed it right in the middle. And with that, we begin the filming of our very first original film, Furry Paws. We were making films about furries before it was cool. Oh, Jane Fisher. I hear Lydia Globe is coming back out of retirement. Yeah, well, not for another 3 months. Well, what I actually heard was she never retired at all. She just went off to work on her voice so she can steal even more roles from us. Jane, it sounds like you're just jealous that she's a good actress. It's just too much to hope for. But that greedy bitch did finally retire. Jane, I think you need to chill. There's got to be an ounce of justice in this business. What do you mean? If she's taking all the roles, she's probably just really good at acting. Get better. This is a meritocracy. The production department is ready to go. And now we pick our head of production. Let's see. These two are the level 3s, and this guy's got all of the loyalty. So we're gonna do it's Frank Langsam is our head of production. I thought for a second that said Frank Langasm. All right, we're under 5 mil, so we do need to be careful now. Oh, Anne Rose, our PR exec. Hello. Just got a call from Ed Miller, a journalist for the Los Angeles Tribune. Oh, okay. He says he fell in love with our first film and wants us to honor him with a tour of the studio. Okay. I'm no idiot, of course. He doesn't want to write about movies. He's an investigative journalist. Oh, that sly dog. Recently, a cement plant in Santa Barbara was closed after one of his articles was published. And for the record, the cement they made there was excellent. One of the 10 best in state. Yeah, but what happened? I don't know what this asshole hopes to find out, but he likes to pluck colorful facts out of the air. Oh, God. Fortunately, he likes beautiful women even more. Oh, God. Let's choose a young actress this week. Someone loyal and not too talkative. She can show Miller around the studio, drink champagne with him, charming with a charisma. This just means having a drink. We're not going to pimp her out or anything. If he tries anything on one of our actresses, I'll hire a hitman out of him. Actress must be under 30 and have loyalty above 50. She's 27, 94. All right, Jane Fisher, you were complaining about Lydia getting all the roles. Your newest role is entertainer. I'm sorry in advance. I know it sucks. Tour for a journalist. All right, 150 negotiation weight behind that, and I'm not surprised she's asking for it. We don't have anything else to offer except raw money, so I will pay you $15,000. She accepts. We love to see it. Okay, she'll give him a tour of the studio. Yeah, that just sounds like she is just giving him a tour. That's good. There's nothing sordid going on. Which is a good thing. Hey, our story workshop is ready. All right, this is where things get really fun. Because we can create a new story. We get to name the movie. So let's call it Like and Subscribe. Because of course. Honoring the founders of the studio, of course. And this can be our buddy cop drama. So it can be comedy detective. Because the characters will be like and subscribe. We'll do 60% comedy, 40% detective. It'll be set in a modern American town to keep it different from the city that we had before. Okay, protagonist is going to be a cop. Supporting character would be a sidekick. Antagonist would be some sort of criminal mastermind. That's got to go well, right? Sidekick, we'll have it as a multi-gendered buddy cop drama as well. Even though I guess Brendan and Corey are both men, so we maybe need to keep it as men for now. Can we not have like a female criminal mastermind? Is that not? I guess not in the 1930s, right? We'll have a murderer then. We'll have a murderer. Themes and events. Wait, let's make sure we know what the finale is. Antagonist repents. Let's do one of them. And we're gonna have search for a killer because that would go with murderer. And then that's the maximum number of story elements we can currently add. So we've got Brendan Like and Corey Subscribe represented in their film. This will be the one that gets all the sequels. It's got to, right? It's got to. All right, Felix, you're going to be the screenwriter for this because you do detective well. And it was... Wait, what was it? No, it was mostly comedy. You're better at comedy. Oh, you're the fucking racist. Okay. 60% detective it is. We're going to do Felix Hill. Write this. Let's go. Get to work, Felix. Smoke your cigarette on your own time. Anne Rose, PR executive, comes back to us. Tell me what happened, Anne. How'd it go? Jane Fisher was marvelous. By midday, Ed Miller was dead drunk and fell asleep in the main office bathroom. We had to force the door and carried his half-dead body home to his wife. She was so grateful that she treated our guys to apple pie. Is that a Is that a you? Looks like we're in good standing with the Miller family. Good. All right. Awesome. We're going to have a good review written about us soon then. Not every film needs an antagonist. A romantic comedy, for instance, can do without a clearly defined villain. True. Are you telling me that for a reason? Should I not have put a villain in the buddy cop drama? Ed Miller has written his piece. Let's see if he was nice to us or not. In an investigation published by the Los Angeles Tribune, journalist Ed Miller delves into the connection between bootleggers and Hollywood. Oh no. Oh no. According to Miller, some film studios launder alcohol money through their cinema chains. We're not even doing that. The writer doesn't provide any hard facts and instead makes to do with implications and circumstantial evidences. You were just drinking with an actress, that was all. The only studio in Miller's opinion that is definitely not involved in such schemes is Like and Subscribe Pictures. Oh yeah, baby. L&S on top. Let's go. This young and ambitious film company is clearly above such activities. Oh, you're so right, Ed. I've always said you're a visionary. Their goal, he wrote, is to elevate American culture. It is. And earn money through honest work. Also that. Ed has fully encapsulated what it means to work at L&S. Even in the most depressing and cynical of times, reputation in Hollywood isn't just an empty word. Reputation problems can block access to loans, new technologies, and many other opportunities. 20 days until one of our buildings is ready, which will be our producer's office. What was that? Oh, Furry Paws is ready to film. Let's go shoot our furry film. Let's go. $75,000 spent at this stage. Oh, look at that though. The pre-production was amazing. All right, good. Good. Let's not let it down now along the way, right? Furry Paws could be our biggest hit. Quality of the film was affected up by the cinematographer, director, producers, and actors. Let's go. Good work, guys. Good work. Filming schedule, 5 days a week, 12 hours a day. People that work in the film industry, if you're in the comments, is that actually do you work 12 hours every single day? Because that's pretty huge. Is this where we fire people? Why? Oh, it's the little I button. That's why. Sorry, Bernard. Your smug grin about being a racist is no longer welcome around here. Goodbye. Who else? Actors. Got a drug addict. Racist. All right. Goodbye, Russell Simmons. Wait, why can't I fire them? Oh, because I don't have the appropriate building to hire and fire actors yet. What about directors? No. Producers? No. All right, well, at least we got rid of that one troublesome screenwriter. There's not going to be any, like, racially inspired casting choices now. He's an alcoholic. Well, I mean, we'll hire a new editor, but we'll keep him on the books for now. Lewis Murphy, composer. I'm afraid you've composed your last racist piece. Goodbye. Goodbye, Louis. Roy Spencer has returned from his vacation. How'd you do at the tables, Roy? Did you make any money? Producer's office is now done as well. We have to set a head of producer's offices. And the only one with any decent loyalty is Joseph Carpenter. So we're going with Joseph Carpenter for head of producer's offices. Oh, we need to also upgrade the producer's offices. 2 projects per producer? Yes, immediately yes. Definitely speeding that one up. Definitely speeding that one up. So we don't have to hire as many producers. Because right now, we only have 2. And one of them's already busy on a project. We can do sound stages now. Level 1 sound stage. Let's go. Okay. We can build these anywhere, apparently. So let's just fill in some small gaps, maybe, to help with the... Wait, what is this? Maintenance? That's going to be the loudest place. I don't think we want a soundstage near there. Maybe near production, I guess? This would probably make the most sense. Put it there. Good. Okay, that's the soundstage done, which means we're building at least one of everything now. Okay, we finished building the security department. So this is for protecting employees and also for protecting us against other people. We're going to want someone good, which is level 3, which is good. Again, look, these guys are pretty much the same. This guy's actually 7 years younger and he's just cheaper. Like, yeah. Lloyd Lippman is such a brilliant name. You're meant to be in the movie industry. Pre-production. We've now got the ability to do the casting office. Yes, this is what I need. The security department, security services, you can organize surveillance, investigate and employee beatings, kidnapping or murders. Oh God, that's going to come into it. Protection against surveillance and espionage, operations center. Can organize kidnappings and murders? Oh no. Entrust your security with employee protection? Yes. We want to keep our people alive. And the casting office, we'll put it down here. It would make sense to be on its way to the thing. Oh, money's below 5 mil as well now. Running a movie studio is not cheap, I'm telling you. The engineering department is going to be next to build to revolutionize your filmmaking technologies. Oh yeah. Okay, so our head of engineering, I think it's going to be Edward Stevens. Again, good loyalty. He's level 2. He's not quite level 3, but he's level 2. Oh, I do like Jasper's ability to upgrade with money though. No, Edward Stevens, it's all about the loyalty, baby. It's all about the loyalty. We're going to do some research now. Technology invention, invent your own film technologies or research group. Yeah, invent your own technologies, please. It's going to take 1,000 days. I've been wanting to keep influence back, but I want to get things done quicker, you know? New technology is going to help us so much in the long term, I think. Oh, new script. Rely on me. 2.3 and 2. It's not bad. It's not bad. It is going to be shelved, but it's not bad. Like and subscribe is 1 day away. There it is. How good is it? Oh, 4.8. 4.4. This could be our best one yet. This is a great follow-up to the furry film. Nice. The script's ratings are even higher than the writer's score because of how well the story elements fit together. Most successful combinations. Oh, look at all these good combinations we had. Cop and search for a killer. Detective and search for a killer. Detective and cop. So those three together are just really good. Also murderer, also sidekick also fits into that. So a cop with a sidekick searching for a killer who, surprise, surprise, does murders. In a detective flick, it's just a good combo, apparently. I love that. Okay. Can we start this project? Do we have the people to start this project yet? I'm not sure if we do. We'll get the drug addict on it, apparently. Everything's shot on location because it has to be. So we don't have any sound stages complete yet. Filming technology and sound technology are exactly what they were before. More extras and more crew. Pouring money into this thing. We have Roy Spencer, hot off his vacation, in quotes. Louis Matthews, the director. Okay, we do have people still around. He's a racist. We're gonna have the cop. Naturally, I'd never doubt your competence. I just want to give you a little professional advice. Thanks, Louisa. Choose actors who are at least the same level as the script. The level of the script? Do you mean the rating? I don't know if the script had a level to it. 3.3? Oh god, it will bring it down. So we'd need Peter Harris in it, wouldn't we? And then the sidekick would be Gabriel Rotowski. And then the murderer... Oh, even Jane Fisher's going to bring it down though. Alright, well, we'll shelve like and subscribe for now. It's there. You see, it's just chilling there. It's on the production line. Uh-oh. Sometimes accidents happen during the production of a film. Oh no. You can intervene and try and solve it or ignore it, although that's unlikely to help. Yeah, I figured it wouldn't. But look at that hilarious dog. He's just so happy to be there. Peter Harris brings a very noisy dog to the shoot. The animal won't stop barking for a minute, unless it's whining or howling, morning to night. Most of the crew is praying the dog will die? What the fuck? It's a fucking dog. Okay, we're gonna find someone to walk the dog away from the set. That will keep people happy that, you know, you need to have quiet, but it will keep the dog alive. Oh my god. Also, we don't want to forbid the actor from bringing his dog to set because I want more dogs on the lot. This studio is open to dogs and all animals because animals are cute. Lydia Globe, welcome back. I feel my vocal cords strengthening. My timbre is developing and I'm honing my diction. Soon I'll be star of the stage as well as the screen. But professional growth takes time. Could you give me another 2 months to complete my training course? I promise when I'm back on set, my acting skills will blow you away. Yes, I mean, I honestly didn't even know you were gone for 3 months, so yeah, take 2 more. It's fine. I'm busy improving the lot right now, so honestly, it's fine that I've got one less person to manage for now. And the sound stage is going to be there as well, which is great. give it a name. I mean, just Soundstage 1 is fine for now. But I think it can be renamed, right? In future? Can it? Yeah, there you go. We can rename it in future. Peter Watkins, head of our script department. Come on in, lad. Have you heard of Wandering Malcolm? God knows what his real name is. Everyone just calls him Wandering Malcolm. For 4 years straight, he's been knocking on the door of every film studio he can find, script under his arm. He's an odd one, sometimes real noisy, even a little scary. Sometimes he calms down and gets all sad and sits smoking by the side of the road. It sounds like an artist to me. He's refusing to submit his script for consideration or even share the synopsis. Says he's afraid someone will steal his brilliant ideas. He'll only agree to sell it for $1,000 cash, money in advance. This morning, he literally jumped on top of my car when I arrived at work. I even managed to get a look at the title page of his script, Rotten Fates, while the madman was scrambling around on my windshield. I was about to call security, but then I thought, what the hell? Maybe today we'll take a risk. Wait, a risk, you say? A risk, you say? Well, go on then, yes. Holy hell, look at the scores! Oh my god. Okay, Jay Perry. Wait, didn't they actually not know his name? Wasn't he called Wandering Malcolm? Wasn't that the whole point? That nobody knew his name? Yeah, his actual name's Jay Perry. Apparently, nobody had ever asked him what his real name was because he was totally willing to give it. Everyone just called him Wandering Malcolm and never asked his name. This is what I'm talking about. This is why we need to revolutionize this industry. We need more care for people. So in terms of like and subscribe, what would happen then is the normal process of putting it through a production cycle. So that's essentially your beginning to end of what a film is like in this game. Either get the script writers to write you one, or you can put an idea together and then send it to the script writers. A new script is ready, guarding the river. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not also good. Nah, we're gonna shelve that one. I don't know if you can sell scripts like you used to be able to in the movies, but that would be great if we could sell like our worst scripts. I'm gonna leave them in here for now. I hope we don't have 8 slots. I'm gonna leave them in here for now and then just delete or sell as we go forward. The only problem with having the script selling in the movies was that it was way too easy to make money that way. Casting office. Oh, this is what I've been waiting for. This is what I've been waiting for. The casting office. We can finally fire the racists. Oh, it's going to be a good day for Hollywood right now. Where are they? What's that? Misogynist. Doesn't think of women as real people. Well, I don't think of you as an employee of... God damn it. We still can't fire the actors. I thought that was the whole point of the cast. No, that's not the casting stage, is it? The casting stage is for casting. Yeah, you can hire new ones. Wait, but why can't we then fire them? Wouldn't... Okay, Attack at Dawn. Not looking good either. Our script writers need to do better. I mean, we're not putting any films out right now because we're just kind of doing one at a time while we wait for them to free up their time. Actually, you know what? We could start pushing along one of the lower ones where we wait for Furry Paws to finish. So we could put a second one in rotation that isn't... Firstly, this one we're going to need to wait until we get much better actor and actresses, I think. Like and subscribe is another good one that we want to get when we're ready. I guess we could make Rely on Me. Okay, he's working on a film at the moment. Thomas Morrison. Oh, but I'm going to want Thomas to work on Like and Subscribe as well. Harry's busy. Can we hire a new cinematographer? Oh, Jesus Flores. He's a superstar. His voice is the moral guide of a generation. Sounds like the kind of person we want on board. How much is he asking for? It's going to be a lot, isn't it? Jesus. Okay. How about just for some movies then? How about just for one movie? 30,000 for one movie. All right, you know what? We'll take you for 2 movies. 2 movies. Jesus Flores, welcome to Like and Subscribe Pictures. That's going to be a big signing. That's a big signing for us. Okay, we need a cinematographer though. I got distracted. What were the ratings of Like and Subscribe? Because we should probably check that. 4.8. So we want some people that are like 4.8. Give me a 4.8. Have we got a 4.8 cinematographer? There's a 4.9 right here. Conceited. Yeah, let's do it. Let's hire him. Okay. 2 years. I mean, a movie takes most of a year, right? So it'd be like 2 movies or 2 years would be about the same, I want to say. And it's a lot cheaper per movie, so we're going to do it that way. And it's going to cost us 30K. We're bringing on an all-star cast and crew for Like and Subscribe because they deserve it. Cinematographer, the great Joseph Williams. Soundstage 1. Our town square. Do any of these need to be shot on location? I guess the beauty of a nice town square. Oh, but then... We're going to do the rest in the soundstage. We'll do that. We'll do on location for the important one. I think that's going to be a good way to go. Filming technology. Okay, it's the normal technology and the normal sound quality. Extras, read all about it. Extra crew. Jesus Flores can play criminal masterminds, which means he can probably play a murderer as well, right? Oh no, the murderer's female. Jesus Flores, you can play a cop. It's a detective comedy, and he's recently been in a detective film, so it might be recognizable. Director, we're going to need better of. Producer, we're going to need better of. The sidekick. I mean, the murderer, we're going to need a better actress. The sidekick can be Gabriel Rotowski. Or David Gutman. But we're going to need a better murderer, a better director, and a better producer. Oh, we're going to be spending so much money. Hi there, Anne. How we doing? Public Relations Executive. The influential French magazine Le Regard d'Or is holding a semi-secret party in LA at the end of the month. People say they're preparing to break a big story about American cinema. Apparently their editor-in-chief is fascinated by Hollywood. This would be a great chance for our studio to make a name for itself, but unfortunately, only A-list actors are invited to the event. Maybe it'd be nice for us to have one like that. Don't we already have the superstar guy? Actors and directors who have made a name for themselves can receive special popular artistic recognition. This reflects public or critical appreciation of their talents. It can take decades to achieve such status, but sometimes all it takes is a few outstanding achievements. You must be promising talent or a rising star among fans. But he's even better. He's a superstar. We've got one. What do you mean? Okay, we don't need another one then, right? Because there's no reason that we'd have to hire someone new just specifically for that. Is that what it's saying? Is that we have to hire someone new? Other than the one that we've already got that would be perfect? Got a drug addict here. Reach the limit of their development. Okay, so when they're red, it's the limit of their development. That's fine. Wait, we needed a better actress anyway to play the villain in our upcoming film. Like and subscribe. So this might be a blessing in disguise, actually. Let's see, 255 for one film. She's 244. Okay, we're going to go with the slightly cheaper option here. Okay, just for the one film, but you can also do a dinner first for us. Thanks. And I think that's where we're going to leave it for today. We haven't really delved into even remotely all the things you can do in this game. So if you want to see more of this, do let me know in the comments. There will be a card at the top right and a link in the description for the next episode, if and when that's released. And in the meantime, there'll be something up there that I recommend as a good video. So either way, you'll have fun over there, and I'll see you there. Cush out.